So I think I figured something out. Something I haven't quite been able to put my finger on yet. Sort of. I'm still sort of trying to do it verbally, so bear with me. Forgive me also if I'm late to the party and people have already realized this. This sort of thing sometimes takes time with me. This is also not a political thing. I'm sure there's a Venn diagram somewhere where these things overlap with politics, but that's not what I'm talking about. I guess this is more about debate, discussion, discourse. Again, still trying to figure this out as I go. But there's always been this pattern, I guess, that I have always noticed with some people who are in some sort of heated discussion or argument. And again, this is not about politics, but I just saw a clip of politicians doing this, so this is kind of what reminded me of it. Some of them lead with facts and spreadsheets and studies and informed opinions, etc. And they are more or less letting the facts speak for themselves. There's an attempt at a persuasive argument, sure, but there's form and structure to it, and mostly there's this faith in it that the facts are going to convince people of the validity of the argument. And in my opinion, that's very simple high school essay stuff. It's expected. I'm sure a lot of us know what I'm talking about. I'm hoping, anyway. But then there are people who step up to the mic with zingers, with one-liners, mic drop moments, sound bites, and that's it. And that's kind of when it hit me and made me feel kind of stupid for not putting it together sooner. Some people literally only think about dunking on their opposition. That's it. It's not about having a compelling argument, not even to support your stance or your dunking. It's just witticisms, or attempts at it anyway. And it reminds me so much of that thing, that cliche that you see in movies all the time. You know the one, the bully of the protagonist waltzes in with his entourage of goons, and they intimidate the main character, and they make fun of them. It's all insults and wisecracks that are just always a little too well written for the bully to have figured out on their own. And then, almost always, the bully turns to look at his lackeys and flunkies, and it's always this obvious moment where they're fishing for validation, where they're like, I got him pretty good, right? Cue laughter from the goons, whether they mean it or not. And that's all it is, isn't it? There's no thesis. There's no greater point to be made. There's not even an attempt to, demonstrate why they, in their opinion, are so much better than yours. Which is a good time to do it, by the way. The end game is literally a gotcha moment. I talked over you, I made you feel like garbage, I made you look stupid, haha, I won. In a game, they're playing with themselves. And then there's always that vain, desperate grasping for validation that comes after. Now, some of these people may not have an entourage waiting in the wings of willing enablers to follow them around everywhere, but they have the internet and their fan base, or their political base, and so many people are just waiting in the wings to just clap them on the back and say, "Nerd, good one, you got him good job." It is overwhelmingly sad to me that is all some people have. That is all they want. That they have so little going on for them that is it. Where they think a successful intimidation is the big reward, the big payoff. To prove to no one in particular that they are the strong or competent one here. Is it great delivering a devastating one-liner? Sure. I've experienced it maybe once in my life. On the delivering end, I'm an insecure guy. But that betrays a level of insecurity I personally cannot fathom. Basically the internet troll method, where someone hurts another person's feelings and then runs away as fast as they can before anyone else can do the same or worse to them, with facts and figures. But it doesn't surprise me one bit that so many of these people then, when pressed and confronted with facts or a well-structured argument, will wilt in the face of it, and then do what they always do: resort to name-calling and posturing, and finally throwing their weight around, because that's all they've got left. Because they will do anything to protect themselves from the appearance of, or even the intrusive thought of, maybe they aren't as strong or on top of things as they think they are. Or that there is more than the mic drop moment to aim for in this life, and no one told them.